Hello there. I am so sorry about that abrupt ending yesterday. I plugged my camera out yesterday afternoon to plug my other computer in, and the battery ran out. But I learned loads, and also what I was talking about when you couldn't hear me was how to regulate when plans change abruptly. And so I was talking about, feeling into your body, checking in with yourself, noticing the different layers of sensation and finding places of wellness in your body. It was very interesting to be suddenly cut. So come stand at the front of your mat, and I'm just going to turn off my washing machine 1 second. Hold on. I'm back. Great. So stand at the front of your mat. So standing to the front of your mat, your feet are hip distance apart. And then just start to roll down. And as you roll down, just feel your legs, your knees, your spine. And then slowly begin to roll back up again. And when your hands are near your thighs, reach your arms wide, bring your palms together. And then slowly rolling down again. So as you roll up and down, check in with your spine. So if you only do one roll up and down, if you only do two, if you do three, it doesn't really matter. It's you listening to your spine this morning. And coming all the way down, bring your hands to the floor. Tuck your chin in, draw your forehead to your knees. And bring your hands to your shins, lengthen and look forward. Hands to the floor, step your right foot back. And as we did yesterday, rather than just feeling the places that are tight or the places that are restricted, try and feel the whole of your leg. And for me to do that, I kind of bring slight micro movements into my leg. So I kind of reach into my toes. I send energy into my heel. I feel my knee bending a little bit. I feel the movement of the clothing on my skin. I get a sense of my pelvis rising and falling. I'm just noticing the whole of my right leg. And then at the same time, I'm noticing the deep of my left hip. And as I move, I'm also connecting to the sense of the weight of my torso on my left leg. And I'm just connecting to the whole of legness in me. And I step back into a plank. And just pause there for a moment. Really feel the strength of your arms, the sense of your abdominal muscles pulling backwards. Drop your knees to the floor, lower all the way down. Bring your fingers wide, tuck your chin in, rising up. And draw your shoulders away from your ears. And just wiggle your shoulders just a little bit when you're there. Gently. Nice. Hands to the floor, push back into a cat. And bring your hands underneath your shoulders and just do the shoulder shrug. So as you shrug, just notice how is this changing as you do it. And since we're the beginning, we're now halfway, day 14. And we began, how was it to do a shoulder shrug? How is it now? Nice. And then bend your elbows just a little bit. Really, I don't mean to do a push-up. Bend your elbows a little bit and just feel more tone and strength into your arms. And then straighten your arms and do the shoulder shrug backwards. And then bend your elbows, nose a little bit closer to the floor. Just feel that. You're not, like I can still manage a conversation here. I'm not really struggling. I'm just feeling like, oh, my arms are a bit stronger with them bent, or there's a bit more sensation with them bent. And then straighten your arms and pull backwards. One more time. Bend your elbows just a little bit. And then straighten through your arms. Nice pelvic tilt. Rounding the lower back, arching the lower back. Rounding just the lower back, and then arching just the lower back. So you're trying to really isolate your pelvis in space. There will be effect through your spine, but you're trying to focus just on the lower back. Nice. Push back into your downward dog. Find the length of you, the stretch of you. Great. And then reach the right foot up towards the ceiling and step the right foot forward between your hands. Turn the back foot at a 45-degree angle. Lean into that front knee and then straighten out through your front leg. And again, as we did before, try and find all the different sensations of legness. rather than just with that which is tight. So straightening out through the front leg, bending your front knee. Can you feel your clothing? Can you feel the movement? Can you feel the floor beneath your feet? How it changes from heel to sole, heel to sole. Nice, step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees, slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide, bring your palms together, looking up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, stretch your spine and look forward. Hands to the floor, step your left foot back. And let's just feel the whole of our left leg. The calf, the way the clothing is on it, your thigh, the micro movements, sense of really inhabiting your leg in connection, in strength and length, in wellness. And feel the whole of your leg. And same thing with your right leg, the compression of your right hip, the lengthening of your right buttock, the right shoulder on your chest or your belly on your thigh. Nice. Step back into your plank. Pause there for a moment. Super. Drop your knees to the floor, lower all the way down. Fingers go wide. Reverse, keeping your chin tucked in. Your toes are floating. And then just gently roll your shoulders. And then roll them in the other direction. Nice. Shoulders up towards your ears and away. Shoulders up towards your ears and away. And one more time. Shoulders up towards your ears and away. Nice. Hands to the floor. Push back into your cat. Shoulder shrug. Squeeze your shoulders backwards. Push your shoulders forward. Squeeze them backwards. Push them forwards. Nice. Bend your elbows a little bit or a lot. If you're really strong in your upper body and you can get your nose to the floor with ease, then feel comfortable doing that. But just find your zone of okayness. And then straighten your arms. Push backwards. And do that a few times. Bend your elbows to your ease. Truly, I mean that. Straighten your arms. Bend your elbows to your ease. Straighten your arms. Bend your elbows to your ease. And straighten your arms. Walk your hands one handprint forward from where they are. Sit your bum back towards your heels. And just have a sense of really stretching through your armpits. You can be up on your fingertips if you wish. You can gently sway your torso from side to side. Remember that this is strong into your shoulders, so only go as far as your shoulders feel comfortable doing. Why would you force your shoulders into something that they're not comfortable doing? I like wiggling my chest or leaning into things or rounding a little bit or swooping different parts of my spine. Or let's see, what do you do? How do you move in this pose? You know, what could your shoulders do? Yeah, could they roll a little bit? Could they squeeze backwards? Could they move forwards? I really notice what is the movement possibility and wellness here. Super cool. Come back, both hands to the floor. Push back into your downward dog. And finding your length. And then stretch the left foot up towards the ceiling and step the left foot forward between your hands. Turn your back foot at a 45-degree angle. Bend your front knee and straighten out through your front leg. And you're just noticing the deep of you, the deep of your legs, the whole of your legs, not just that which is slightly uncomfortable, but the clothing on your legs, the weight of your feet on the floor, the change in the weight, the way as your weight changes, it's like, for me, my foot bulges as the weight goes into it. And then my foot gets lighter and skinnier as my weight moves away. Feel that in you. What happens in your body as you transfer the weight forwards and backwards. Nice. Step slowly forwards. Rolling slowly up. Reach your arms wide. Bring your palms together. Hands come all the way down. Nice. So stand a little bit back on your mat. And then you can use the wall here if you want. So if you're using a wall, have a kind of a stretch of a wall rather than just one corner of a wall. So if you could have kind of maybe a meter length, because you're going to be gliding forward and backwards. So if you're holding the wall, bring your left hand to the wall and then lift your left knee up and draw your left knee and your left elbow in the same towards each other. Nice. And then step with your left foot backwards. You're still holding the wall. You're sliding your hand back. Bring your right hand to your knee and then slowly lower your left knee down towards the floor. Nice. And then come forwards. Draw your left knee up. Bring your right elbow towards it. Step back. Hand to your knee. And slowly down. So depending on how low you go is your knees that will tell you. So don't go further than what your knees can. So if you're not holding onto the wall, you can just swing. Really listen to is it your front knee or your back knee that's taking more strain? Which way do you feel it? Use the wall as much as you need to, remember. Tap and tap. One more time. Tap and tap. Nice. Other side. So if you're balancing near the wall, bring your right hand to the wall and then bring your left elbow to your right knee. Right hand is on the wall. And then step your right foot back and then drop your knee down to the floor. So if you're not holding onto the wall, then you can do double elbows. Or if you're holding onto the wall, just it's there for support. Remember, it's there. You don't have to do anything more. And listen to your knees. Maybe this side you can't go down at all with your knee. Maybe your standing leg is telling you, oh, that's too deep for me. Or maybe this side is the easier side for you. I just feel, how do you do this? One more time. Super cool. Come all the way forward. Hands to your hips. And roll out through your hips. My heart is pounding after that. It's interesting, isn't it? How as soon as we start to move in certain ways with our legs, it's stronger on the heart. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. So stand so that you're a little bit wider than your mat. They call this horse, whereas this is elephant, and this is horse. Okay, so then bend your knees and bring your elbows to your knees. And then reach your right hand forward. And then make a fist out of your right hand and pull your right elbow back like a lawnmower. So I'm really pulling my elbow back so it's drawn back behind me. And then reach your right hand forward again. And then pull. I've been gardening a lot, pulling all the summer growth. This is something I'm doing a lot. Reach and pull. One more time. Reach as far as you can. What's the furthest out you can go? Make a fist out of your hand and pull. Other side. Left hand forward, touch. Make a fist, pull. Left hand forward, touch and pull. Left hand forward, touch and pull. One more time. Forward and pull. Nice. Both hands to the floor, straightening out through your legs. Nice. Bring both hands over towards the right foot and draw your forehead down towards the right knee. Nice. Bring your hands over towards the left foot and draw your forehead down towards the left knee. Nice. Bring both hands in front of you. So there's maybe a foot and a half between where the heel of your hand is and the toes of your feet are. And then you're going to come to kneel on the mat. So bring your right foot in first and then bring your knee down. And then bring your left knee in and bring your knee down. And then we're going to go back. So bring your left foot out and then bring your right foot out. And just pause there. Nice. Left side. Bring your left knee in, kneel down. Bring your right knee in, kneel down. Sit your bum back. Now we're going to come back up. Left foot wide, right foot wide. Nice. One more time each side. Right knee in, left knee in. Sit. Right foot out, left foot out. Stand. Nice. Left knee in, right knee in. Sit down. And then left foot out, right foot out. And then just stretching back, reach your fingers as far forward as you can, stretching through your legs. Just have a sense of this stretch from your fingertips all the way down into your heels. Super. And then bring your bum to the floor. Stretch your legs out long in front of you. And so, yes, I love getting random. Your texts, I love them. I love your texts. So I got a text to say that somebody could put their elbow on the floor. Because the other day we were saying, can we put our elbows on the floor? So let's try it again. They try and bring her right elbow down to the floor. So as far as I know, it was her left elbow she could get down. So try and get your right elbow down. There is no way keeping my left buttock on the floor that I can go down. And then try the other side. Left elbow down. Even less possibility for me. So there's somebody out there who can put their elbow on the floor. I just love that we're all so different. Try it again. Right elbow down. And then left elbow down. Super cool. And then bring your feet wide. Nice. So bring your feet as wide as feels comfortable for you. So the main thing is that you're not falling backwards. If you feel like you're falling backwards, then bring your feet a bit closer together. Interlock your fingers behind the back of your head. And then draw your right elbow down in the direction of the floor. So you're not going down beside your hip. You're going down in the direction of the floor. Come back up. Drop your left elbow down. And as always, you're finding your expression of your wellness. So that could be that it's shorter on one side. That could be that it's, very easy for you to do this movement. That could be that you make a tiny movement as you rock from side to side. Just elbow down. Maybe it taps, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it ventures over in that direction and you really appreciate the size of your body as you travel. Nice. And now try and bring your right elbow down to the left knee. You're not pulling with your hands. Your hands are following your head. Left elbow down to your right knee. And just travel from side to side now. Elbow down. And in the direction of your knee. There's always this direction, more so than forcing your elbow down. Nice. Release your hands. Stretching really long. Stretch into your fingers. Stretch into your toes. Nice. Drop your hands either side of that right leg. Point into your right toes. And now you're going to try and lift that right leg. You're like, lift it? How does that happen? So one way is that you do a flick, a bit like a fish. The other way is that you push really strong into your hands and you lift your leg up. So maybe your leg is lifting, maybe it's flicking, maybe you're just staring at it going, I have no idea what that means. But just imagine, what would you do? So sometimes leaning backwards will help you lift your leg. If you need to do that, then do. Sometimes leaning more forward will stop your leg moving completely. See how you do this. Nice. Other side. Left side. Both hands either side. And then you say move. And maybe it flicks. Maybe it lifts. Maybe you have to lean backwards to let it lift. What do you do? How do you do this? How do you inspire movement in your leg? Nice. Both hands between your thighs. Hands are on the floor. We're going to try and do both. Both, I hear you say? Yes, both. So push both hands into the floor. Lift. Maybe you're lifting freely and gracefully. Maybe you're flicking your feet. Maybe you have to lean back. I think leaning back would be kind of sore for me. It kind of goes into a layer of my inner thighs and I'm like, no. So just see what you want to do with this one. Nice. And then sitting up tall, bring your right hand to the floor beside your right bum. And then glide your left hand down your right leg. And then come back up. We're going to pause here for a moment. And then glide down your leg. And then just rest there, really reaching through the left arm as it reaches down your right leg. and your head is dropping down in the direction of your knee. As always, remember, if you can't wiggle, then you've gone too far. So just check in. Can I still move my spine? Can you still move your shoulder? So for me, this shoulder is a little bit trickier. So I have to really hear, oh, have I gone too far where it can't move anymore? So I have to pull back and go, oh, there's my shoulder movement. There's my spine moving. There's my breath, my connection. Coming back. Other side. Bring your left hand to the floor beside your bum. Slide your right hand down your left leg. Gliding down. Come back up. And then gliding down. And then how do you wiggle here? So for me, my shoulder wiggles very easily here at the end of my range. And my rib cage. Actually, rib cage is harder on this side for me to wiggle. So I'm going to reverse back a little bit more. So I'm like, oh, there you go. And all the time I'm sinking a little bit deeper as I allow movement into the areas that were speaking to me. Really cultivating and encouraging softness, connection, movement. Nice. Come back to center. Bring the soles of your feet together. Pull on your ankles, sitting up really tall, and just squeeze your shoulders backwards. Feel the breath down into your belly. Very sweet. I got some text yesterday to say, I'm still at the wall. Where did you go? So I'm really sorry. When I looked up from the wall and there was a blank screen, I was like, oh no. But I learned some skills. I learned that I had to have a backup plan, and I hadn't really worked that out, how to turn on the webcam and the sound on the computer. The webcam I could turn on. I didn't know how to turn on the sound independent from my microphone. So I learned that. It was great. Nice. So come either lie on your back, lie with your knees bent, or my favorite as always is coming into a child's pose. And just come settle in. So it's really interesting listening to people talk about what strong is doing, because exhale was like such a hug of a month. We lolled, we meandered, we deepened on the floor. It was all very amazing on the floor, because there's that sense of, oh, I'll just pause and I'll stop and I won't do that bit, because you're already on the floor. Whereas when you're standing and I add something new and then I add something else to that, then you kind of feel like, how do I connect the dots when we're in standing? How do I continue on or make it all work or adapt this when I'm standing? I'm just really hearing how resilient and awesome and adaptable we are. It's really quite beautiful. So just to say, November plan is that we go back out down onto the floor and we do some more wiggles on the floor. So there's going to be, November will be, don't know the name yet. I'm looking for inspiration, but nice. So slowly coming forward on your hands and knees, or doing whatever it is that you do to slowly emerge back into your day. So have a wonderful day. Be great, be awesome. And thanks so much for being here. It's a great joy in my life. So great. I shall see you all tomorrow, day 15. Ciao.